Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, welcome to Be My Guest. This is Jan Lewis. Welcome. We have from the ECOTARIUM in Worcester, we have our new president over there, Lucy Hale. Welcome, Lucy.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here.
Well, you know what? I read about Lucy. I got the goods on it. It was in, I knew it, the Worcester Business Journal.
Yes.
Okay, and I saw a picture of Lucy. She looks exactly like she is in the picture, standing there with Paul Belcito.
Sorry, chair of our board. Yeah.
Okay, he's chair of the board.
Yeah.
And you started in August 20th.
I did.
Okay. And you are actually live in Grafton.
Currently living in Grafton temporarily. We're in the process of putting our house in the market in Texas, and we're looking to buy a house up here. So I've got a wonderful situation where I can stay temporarily until we find a house for ourselves.
Lucy walked in, and we looked at what we each had on. It wasn't planned this way at all. We just blended. I think it says your parents are in Medford.
They are. Yeah,
so
that's
now
where I grew up.
Close.
Yeah, it's really nice to be close. I've been away for 13 years in Texas, and so it's so nice to be home in Massachusetts and only, not even an hour drive away from them, depending on traffic. But it's really great, especially with my mom is a huge baseball fan, and so this has been a really fun fall going over to watch games with them, and it's been really, really great.
Did you go to the duck boats?
No, I didn't go to the duck boats.
I watched it.
I had to work.
The crowd doesn't do anything for me, so I'll watch it on TV.
Yeah, I used to work at the Museum of Science, though, and that was always a really fun perk of working at the museum is the staff all go out back, and so during the parades, they all get to see everybody go in the water because they're going right by the museum, which is really fun. Yeah.
Lucy, you used to be the director of the Trinity River Audubon Center.
In Dallas,
Texas.
Yeah.
That's a long hike from Worcester. That is a long hike.
It's a long hike. It was. We took a few days to drive up. So I lived and worked in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for 13 years, and that was my last job. I was there for 2 years. And it's part of the National Audubon Society, and so it is one of their premier nature centers. We were 120 acres of Great Trinity Forest, which is the bottomland hardwood forest in an urban area. It's a 6,000 acre forest, so we were only a small portion of it. But we were kind of the gateway to that experience for people, and so we had trails, and being part of Audubon, bird conservation was a big part of what we did and taught people about. And it was a wonderful place and a really amazing community that built that center and supported that center, and we had a partnership with the city of Dallas to run it. And then my career before that, I worked in zoos and museums, both in Texas and then up here. Yeah. And so this is a really nice role. It's a really amazing role that combines all of those interests and parts of my background.
Were you born in Texas?
No, I was born in Boston.
Oh, you're Boston.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And so born in Boston, grew up in Medford. I went to Boston College, and then I lived in Boston after I graduated, and taught. I worked at the Museum of Science, and I taught science as a specialist in Needham with the Needham Science Center, which is actually a really amazing place. It's a school resource, but it's almost like a science museum that's embedded in the school district.
Wow.
And so we did a lot of really fun museum-based type programs, and we had a live animal center, and that's what I ran, and did a lot of really wonderful teen engagement programs with the animals, but then taught primarily kindergarten through 5th grade science in partnership with the classroom teachers and with the other people at the Science Center.
My son would love you. He loved science, was right on top of his, not so much math, but English and science.
Yeah.
Loved science.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that's really, at the ECOTARIUM, I say this a lot, I don't want every kid that comes in to grow up to be a scientist. I hope some of them do, but I want every kid that comes in to fall in love with science. Really everybody that comes in to fall in love with science through our exhibits and our experiences. I think everything, science affects us, and we need to have an understanding and appreciation of science every day in the decisions that we make. When we go to buy food, when we go to the doctor, when we go to the voting polls, there are all these questions that we get asked every day that being informed and caring about the world around us helps us take better care of ourselves and our neighbors and the places we live. So, and that's something that a science museum can do, and a zoo as well, really inspire that passion for
Well, the
science.
ECOTARIUM is good. Now,
Yeah.
we got some surprises. The wildcats are coming?
Wildcats are coming. We have so I'm sure a lot of people remember the polar bear exhibit that we
Oh, I
had.
remember. What happened?
Yeah,
Are they
so no, the last polar bear passed away. I think it was in 2014, if I remember
Okay.
right. And so the decision was made. We know so much about polar bears now that we didn't know when that habitat was built, and what was once state of the art is no longer state of the art, and so it would have been a really huge undertaking to build a proper polar bear habitat, and it also really wasn't in line with our mission, which is really, in terms of our animal collection, our mission there is really around native wildlife, New England wildlife.
Sure.
And mountain lions were once found here in Massachusetts, and they're endemic, or I'm sorry, extirpated from the state. So that means they're not extinct everywhere, but they're extinct in Massachusetts. And so to be able to bring mountain lions to the ECOTARIUM in this newly renovated and expanded habitat was a really exciting opportunity.
They're going to be cubs.
They'll probably be cubs, yeah.
Oh, two girls, two boys?
We don't know yet. We don't know. So we're on a list with Fish and Wildlife, and when it's time, we will accept those cats in, and they could be small, they could be a few months old, they could be young adults that grew up together. So sadly, there's a lot of wildfires out in the West and car strikes and stuff like that. So they do often find cubs that are abandoned, and if they can't be re-released, if they've become imprinted on people, or if there's something else wrong with them, they need a place to go, and we can be that place for them.
So, I know the ECOTARIUM over there, they have a train. Do they still have it?
Yes, we have the train. Yeah, the Explorer train. It's really fun. It's about a 12 to 15 minute loop around the property, and you can see the fox from it, and you'll be able to see the cats from it a little bit. You really see the beautiful New England woods, and this time of year it's just gorgeous with the foliage. It does shut down in the winter, so it runs seasonally.
When will it open again?
It will open in, I believe it's April. We open in time for April vacation week.
Good.
Yeah. But it's really fun, and especially for little ones. We have a lot of families with kids that are, maybe under the age of 8, and it's just it's sort of the perfect experience.
Well,
for
hey,
them.
I'm an adult.
Yeah. It's fun for adults too. It really,
when we were there the last time, I think it was in the winter.
And
I missed out on that train. I wanted to go on. It's the same way over Southwick too. I always miss the train.
You missed the train. Yeah, we'll come in April or May. Yeah.
Now I know from the parking lot, you walk up like this, and there's birds.
We have some birds of prey. We have barred owls and bald eagles, and we have a couple other areas where we have birds of prey and Animal Corner. Which is on the back side of the museum part of our property, where the patio is, where Siegfried the dinosaur is. And then with Wildcat Station, we actually will be adding 3 more bird species. So we'll have a corvid, so that's a crow or a raven, and then we'll have a vulture species, and then another owl species as well.
See, owls are my favorite.
Oh, I love owls too.
Now I know that there's a planetarium in the ECOTARIUM. You're going to keep that too.
Oh yes, the planetarium is a really big part of our experience, and we're a Nat Geo National Geographic Museum partner, and so that's a wonderful opportunity for us to bring Nat Geo films into the planetarium in addition to our planetarium shows, and really gives us sort of a very unique experience for this part of the state.
Oh, it is unique.
Really
I remember bringing my son. He might have been 8 or 9. He already had a girlfriend. So I brought him and his girlfriend over there, and we all sat, and it goes pitch black.
Yeah.
Look up.
And you see the stars, and it's just amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's about an hour, maybe?
It depends on the show. So we have a really great show that's for little kids. That's for preschool kindergartners, and that one's about 30 minutes. But then we have some that are 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the content and the age audience. And we do shows daily in the planetarium, and then school groups can also book those tickets too, so a whole group of kids could come in and have that experience.
Then there's this place that when we went to film there, when Joe was the president, there's a place that freaked out one of the people we brought with us. You look down the glass walk. What is that?
Yeah, the I don't know exactly what we call it, but it is. The floor is glass. Yeah. A very solid glass, obviously, that you can step out on. It freaks me out a little bit. I have a thing with heights.
Yeah.
And so it is a little freaky, but it's also kind of cool. You can see below.
Yeah.
And you can see City Science and the exhibits that are on our second floor.
What's that one that
it also helps the light. Oh, we have have the hurricane too.
Yeah.
So it gives you the experience. It's in our weather and climate exhibit, which is sort of weather and climate through the lens of Mount Washington, talking about climate changing as you go up different elevations, but also talking about weather and weather experiences and weather events. And so, we do tend to get hurricanes up here.
Yeah, we had a tornado rip right through Upton.
I know.
We lost a roof over
here.
here.
Oh my gosh. So that experience sort of is, it's just a fun thing for people to do, but it gives you a sense of how strong those winds are.
Lucy, how can people reach you?
Oh, so they can go to ecotarium.org, ecotarium.org, or email us at info at ecotarium.org, and our phone number is also on our website. And all of our information on there to help you plan your visit is up on the site as well, with ticket prices and special programs and opportunities. We have some winter programming coming up around the holidays. We're also doing a thank you for City of Worcester employees during the Thanksgiving break. A nice opportunity for the city folks to come out, for folks that work for the city to come out with their families. So
that is so cool.
Yeah.
And I think I was reading in here that you were thinking possibilities of things to change, like moving the main gate. So
we, one of the things that I am really looking to do with the board in this next year is, and the staff as well, to really look at our master site plan. The master site plan that we have was done in 1998. And it was a wonderful plan, but that was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
and a lot has changed in 20 years. And we also have barriers to access to our site, the gate being one of them. And when it's a busy day, people have to wait in traffic for quite some time.
Yeah,
and so we've been talking about, is there a better way to get people into the property more quickly? The other issue with the gate is that the train is right there, and so it does stop people for, obviously safety reasons when the train goes by. And so there's been conversations about, is there a better place we could locate our main entrance, and could we do ticketing inside, or it could be a, pay when you exit, so you don't have that wait when you first come into the building.
Where would you put a new entrance?
That's what a master site plan helps identify.
Yeah.
So I don't really know where the best location would be. We have an event gate. It might be we change that event gate into the main
What's
gate.
that main street we go down to take the?
Harrington
I was
Way.
going to say Hamilton. Okay,
Yeah, Harrington Way is the road that we're on.
Yeah.
And so a master site plan helps address those issues. And then when we were built, there weren't major utilities pulled to that part of the city, and so that's another consideration that we have to take into account is as we think about experiences that we want to add, we have to think about utilities and sewer and data and all of that stuff when you're building. And so those are also areas that a master site plan can identify. And then the other really, really big need that we have is our accessibility. So the institution, the museum that we're currently in, and the site were built out before the Americans with Disability Act existed.
Oh, okay.
And so we need to really look at everything we have through the lens of that act and
That never
get an
occurred to me.
understanding
Yeah.
of how we can make our site better accessible for people that might have different ways of being mobile or different ways of experiencing the world around them, so that we can make sure it's the best experience for everyone.
They have, I know over there that the kids loved it. It's little things that you can do, little activities, almost like scientific things you can do.
Oh, yes, we have wonderful hands-on exhibits. We have a fantastic exhibits department and education team as well, and the collaboration to build our exhibits has been phenomenal. And so the exhibits that we have are very hands-on, very engaging, really helping people use their senses and addressing different ways of learning, whether it's reading or kinetic or auditory, to promote our mission and to help people become more understanding of these science concepts that we're teaching. It could be engineering, it could be botany, it could be life science, other types of life sciences, it could be something with magnets or different
I remember
physics.
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And then you have the thing, I think you have like turtles behind, don't you?
We do. We have a water exhibit that sort of leads into an area of different types of water habitats, so pond and river, and talking about the different turtles that can be found in different parts of the state. And then we also have an area that has some box turtles on exhibit, which are a land turtle. And that's sort of in our geology area as well. We have some beautiful mineral
That's the
specimens
first
on
floor,
display.
isn't it?
The water turtles are on the first floor. The box turtles are on the second floor.
Because I remember, then I remember we
think.
went down to the lower level, and somebody had some real animals with him. I think one was a hedgehog.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that.
We have about 100 animals that live at the ECOTARIUM. Most are behind the scenes and small.
Yeah.
And so we do have hedgehogs. It's a wonderful program. We have a phenomenal wildlife staff that just does a great job, and they're masters of their craft with training and caring for animals. I think it's surprising a lot of people when they find out. Our zookeeping staff, they're some of them have master's degrees. I mean, they're an amazing team.
Very
of
engaging
people.
personally.
Yeah, very engaging.
All I did was stand there and he wanted to bring me in.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought, well, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have volunteers over there, Lucy?
We do. We have wonderful volunteer opportunities for people of all ages. We have teen volunteers, we have adult volunteers, and the volunteers are a really important part of our organization and really help us fulfill the work that we do. And we have volunteers that work in the back office, helping us with mailings and helping us with day-to-day, office administration work. We have volunteers that work with our live animals and our live animal team. We have volunteers in education, especially
the
Preschool
shop?
Wednesdays, gift shop. Yeah, people who might want to be doing
that gift shop is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I can't.
Well, if people are looking for places to do holiday shopping, it's a great place to go. Yeah.
I remember when we went in, I bought a book on. It's not astrology, but it's on colors of what the colors of your personality.
Oh, fun!
Your birth date, and then what color is associated with it. I loved it. I thought that was. I think that's where I got it.
Oh, very fun.
Yeah. And there was there's stuffed animals in there.
Yeah.
I think there's some games.
Yep. There's games.
Clothes.
There's some clothes. There's also beautiful jewelry that we have, and books. Tons of books and. Wind chimes and interesting. I think we have the salt lamps, Himalayan salt lamps, which are just put a beautiful light out in a room. Some really cool, binoculars to get kids started in bird watching, and rocks to get kids started in rock collecting. Fun dinosaur stuff. It's a really wonderful gift shop, and it's chock full of items too. That's what I love. When you go in. The more you look, the more you see. And you can find some really special items in there.
Yeah, you can't miss them. You go right.
Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I immediately zeroed it. I love Lucy. Again, Lucy, how can they reach you?
Info@ecotarium.org is the best way, and then our website is www.ecotarium.org.
We're talking with Lucy Hale, and she is our new president over at the ECOTARIUM. You've been there since August 20th.
Yes.
Was it sort of a baptism under fire, or did you float right in?
I think I'm still in the baptism under fire stage. So my first week was it was a whirlwind. We had my very first day was Countdown to Kindergarten, which is this wonderful event that we do with the Worcester Public Schools, and we have awesome sponsors that help us with that event. But all the families that have kids going into kindergarten are invited to come to the ECOTARIUM, and the kindergartners learn things like how to carry a lunch tray and how to get on a school bus, and they have a chance to meet their teachers, and they get books from the library, and it's just a wonderful program. So that was my first day, and then I think I ended my first week with free fun. Oh no, it was my second week was Free Fun Friday. So that was also pretty amazing and really incredible to see that this is not just a statewide, but a regional event that, throughout the summer, there's all these wonderful cultural organizations that people can go to for free on Fridays. That's amazing.
I know the Worcester Art Museum does this.
Yeah.
You do have that, right?
We do, yeah.
What day is your free day?
It changes every year. So ours was August 31st this last year, and we don't know what it will be next year.
Okay, so you will be having a free
We will
day.
be having it, but we don't know when it is yet. So it's all coordinated across the state.
I think it's so fantastic. There are a lot of families who can't afford to get in.
Yeah.
So I keep track of when the free day is. Like I remember the Worcester Art Museum. I took a family with me.
Yeah.
And I said, "Come on, let's go. Let's have some fun."
Yeah.
And it was, it's amazing.
We also have a wonderful program called Scope. That several opportunities exist under Scope for people to come to the ECOTARIUM at a greatly reduced cost. And so anybody that has an EBT card can come under Scope for $2. As well as members of their family. We also have a wonderful partnership with the Worcester Library, and people can get passes to come from their libraries, from their branches, their local branch, to come to the ECOTARIUM. It's a wonderful way to make sure that we're accessible to our whole community.
I think I've noticed it in a lot of our local libraries. The things that take this, it'll help you get into the ECOTARIUM. How many? What's the acreage of the ECOTARIUM?
We are about 40 acres, and then across the street we co-manage Crow Hill with the city and the Greater Worcester Land Trust, and that's about another 30 acres. Wow. So Crow Hill is a great place to go hiking and walking, and we will take students over there as part of our summer camp program. But the actual property where the museum is located, it's about 40 acres, and it's an interesting elevation. So that's definitely a challenge, when you're building into a hill.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah. So
what are you going to put there?
We don't, that's, I think, again, that's the master site plan. There's the Wildcat Station's built into the hill, the building's built into the hill.
Yeah.
We have Nature Explore as well, which is a wonderful area for children to do free exploration in nature with sort of safe objects to play with. Yeah. And then we have trails that go down to a lower pond that loop around that pond, which is just absolutely gorgeous.
And it's across the street from the main ECOTARIUM.
So all of that is at the main ECOTARIUM,
so
and then Crow Hill is across the street, and that's hiking trails on the hill.
Now, besides these little beautiful wildcats that are coming there, hopefully they'll be there by December.
Hopefully, yeah. Okay. Hopefully, so we can open in the spring. They're still constructing. They're wrapping up. It should be wrapped up right around Thanksgiving, maybe the early part of December, and then the cats, will come after that. So cats will come anytime between, Christmas and probably the end of January, and then the plan is to have a spring opening. And so we don't have an exact date yet, but it will likely be in May.
I remember where the polar bear was. Are they going to be anywhere near where that used to be?
Yes, it's that exact so it's that same habitat. We've expanded that footprint and rebuilt it for the mountain lions.
Oh, wow.
So it's allowed us to be able to reuse space that was not currently underused. So
do you have to hire someone special, Lucy, to work with these two?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So we have a wildlife manager, Johanna Black, and she has hired a specialist, a wildcat keeper, as well as, she's got a team of zookeepers that work for her, but there is somebody with specifically cat experience on the team. And then we do a lot of, professional development and training to make sure we're up to date and current husbandry and practices and safety protocols and all that kind of stuff.
And we were mentioning Paul, and he is on the chairman.
He's the chair of our board. Yeah.
It says, what does the board envision? What does he? Do you know what the envision?
So it's really our shared vision, and it's the vision that was that's been talked about and set out by the board, and really the community and the conversations that have been happening over the last several months and couple of years. And it's really to have the ECOTARIUM be this phenomenal resource for science education and learning here in Worcester, and a place where families can come and really experience what we have to offer together, and be that place where families can congregate and have experiences in science and nature, but also to be able to do innovative programs that really push the boundaries of what a museum can be to a community. And that's some of the exciting work that we're tackling now. And then also looking at our site and what else do we want to do. We have these amazing collections that we've had. We're almost 200 years old. How can we better showcase those collections? How can we better talk about those collections? Yeah. And then how do we celebrate our 200-year anniversary in 2025? What do we want that to be and look like? So those are, And
I know this summer they have out there, they have a band that comes, right?
I think we used to do jazz at Sunsets, but I don't think that we've done that in a while. Yeah. So but we will do some other fun adult evening type things.
Okay, we've been talking to Lucy Hale. She's the new president over at the ECOTARIUM in Worcester. Do you ever get to go out and give a presentation like I don't know, in schools, that type of thing?
I used to a long time ago. But we have staff. We have an amazing education team, and they do traveling education programs. So they go out into schools and do these really fun science shows and classroom programs. I'm always up for career day if anybody wants me to come. I love doing them. As you move through your career, sometimes you become removed from the things that made you fall in love with your career in the first place. And for me, that's animal husbandry and teaching, and so I don't get to do either one as much as I would love to do. So every now and then, if I can get a little taste of it, it helps. Like that.
I'm thinking also of the kids who are over in the children's part of UMass Medical. They have a whole children's hospital.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys get to go over there? And
I don't know if we ever have, but we would love to. I think it's a great
Would
connection.
they allow you to bring like a hedgehog?
I don't know. I think it's a question for the hospital.
I know they let therapy animals. Therapy dogs.
If they would let us, I think we'd love to do it. We did a lot of programs in Dallas with the Ronald McDonald House too, which was a really nice way.
There's one in Boston.
Yeah, to do stuff for families that are going through some tough times with their kiddos and need a place to stay and close to the hospital. And we did some wonderful programs with them, and so I think anything along those lines we're very interested in doing, and expanding those types of programs.
Well, up in Worcester, I think it's off Pleasant Street. Is it Wymie or something house? I can't think of the name of it. There are a lot of places. I'm thinking of where you'd really cheer up the kids.
Yeah.
And give them something to look forward to when they come out.
Yeah, and I think also just making sure that we can get our mission out to where folks are.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can get to us for a variety of reasons. You know, some people just don't have the transportation to get to us, or they don't have the time to take a couple hours out of their day. And so if we can go to where they are, it makes it all the better.
Does the bus, one of the buses must come down there?
Yes, the 3A route of the WRTA comes to us, and that just happened. So it's really, it was a lot of work by a lot of people over many years, but the stop just went in, and we're really excited.
Where do they come? Do they come right from the center of Worcester, or where
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I'll have to ask my son. He lives in Worcester, and we'll say, follow that route through that 3A
bus and see where it comes from. I don't know where it comes from. I have to look on their website to find out.
I love it. You go in and the parking lot there, and then you just immediately get to walk up that walk, and then you've got the birds, and you walk in, and there's the gift shop,
and then the mountain exhibit.
Yeah, and all that stuff, and then there's that freaky floor. Remember that very much. I mean, she wouldn't even step on it, this friend.
Yeah.
And then the thing with the wind. Mm-hmm. Don't wear a skirt, girls.
Don't wear a skirt. No. Between the floor and the wind, don't wear a skirt.
Oh, gosh. I think my son took somebody took a little 4-year-old son there into the planetarium. And I guess he was like, he loves the planets, but I think he was a little bit like...
They get really big. Yeah. Yeah, on that screen. Yeah.
It really, really is.
Yeah, it's amazing though. You know, I love the planetarium. I think it's one of those really special experiences. You get transported to anywhere in the universe, and it's really cool. And you know, I'm the worst. I go in there and I'm like, take me to Mars. I want to go to Mars. But you know, you can go anywhere. Yeah.
We've got about 1 minute left. Lucy, again, how can they reach you at the ECOTARIUM?
So email us at info@ecotarium.org or on our website at ecotarium.org.
Now, if you go over to the ECOTARIUM, what are the hours?
Our hours are 10 to 4, I believe, 10 to 5. And then we are doing some special early morning hours in December for members. So on Sundays we'll be open, on Sundays we normally open at noon. Mm-hmm. So we'll be open from 10 to noon for members only on Sundays in December.
And then Fridays are free?
No, we just do the Free Fun Friday every summer. So
summer.
It's just it's one Friday in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So during the day, so Saturdays and Sundays aren't. They're only for members.
No. Saturdays and Sundays are regular hours, but in December on Sundays we'll be doing member-only hours in the morings. Okay. Yeah.
And school groups, you know, if you want to bring the kids to school group, they can connect with you.
Yes. Yeah. We have again info@ecotarium.org is the best way for school groups to get a hold of us. So go right to our education team, and they can book
senior
those.
Centers.
And senior centers too, and rec centers and church groups, and family groups too, big family groups that want to come. Yeah.
Well, Lucy, welcome to Worcester.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
She's going to be a real jolt of energy over there.
Oh,
this is good.
Thanks.
I'm glad you're going to bring those kitty cats. Maybe I'm going to get those wild kitty cats.
We'll coordinate for the opening. Yeah.
I wonder if you're going to have to bottle feed them.
I don't know. We'll find out. I think they'll probably be a little bit bigger than that, but you know, here's hoping, right? Because they'll be adorable.
The newspapers will write about it, right? They'll have a picture of the babies.
We'll get some great photos and
stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time. We'll be my guest.
Bye-bye.